Hello, beautiful divine beings, sisters and brothers. I come back, day 2. Yesterday I made my first YouTube video. Today I'm feeling called to do the same, but I have a little bit of a different thing to share today, something a little more intentional that I have crafted, and that is like a little short song. A couple little short songs. I think I'll share two that have come to me through my channeling, through just my presence, and also just my experiences. So the first song, it's more, I don't know how to call it a song because it's not like the traditional song that we think of, like 3 or 4 minutes, instrumentals, things like that. This is more a cappella. It's just kind of like a repetitive chorus. And the reason I want to share this one today is because I have noticed the impact, of course, on nature with like big machinery, but also, and you may have just heard there's cattle fields surrounding me right now, even though I'm in this incredible forest. And it's really hard to see how much of the forest has been cut down, but beyond that, this song was inspired because I was living in Florida for some time, and every single day I would wake up and all I heard was mowing. Mowing, 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 mowing. The neighbors, I drive down the street, it's just everywhere I would go, it's just constant mowing. The only places that there wasn't mowing is cement. And I have traveled, I've been to many places, and the same thing's occurring, especially in very large biological zones. There is a huge, just, I don't know what to call it. It's this movement of people that want lawns and cleared area, and I do understand to an extent where I am right now because there are poisonous snakes. I understand that there does need to be paths that are safe for people to walk on, but having massively large amounts of cleared land and even just yards, and the terrain I'm on now is like not able to be mowed with like a mower. You have to like weed whack the entire thing. So there's people that will weed whack for 6 to 8 hours. It's crazy. Anyways, this was giving me panic attacks. This was putting me into states of fight or flight. My mind could not calm down whatsoever because of this sound. And so I had this song come to me, so I'm going to share it. Here I go. We need to get rid of these machines. I know what they do and what they mean for our forest. We need to get rid of these machines. I know what they do and what they mean for our forest. We need to get rid of these machines. I know what they do and what they mean for our forest. So I just sang it 3 times, give it that energy of 3, putting the power and that little chant, that little song that came to me just through the painful moments of not being able to control my environment. Our ears are very sensitive. There's something we can't really just like close off. As much as I would try, I would, I would plug my ears, I would put earphones in, I would do all kinds of things, and, putting earbuds in, especially AirPods with the Bluetooth, that's terrible radiation for us. But if you are, plugging in, and you can even get ones that are even like less radiating, earbuds to listen to music or something, that's just another level of like sound that can be very overstimulating. It can also get you out of that state of panic if you feel like you can't control the sounds around you. But for me, like, it's very vibrational. When the mowing is occurring, I can feel the vibration in my body, even if it's like literally like I don't know, like, I don't know if I could say a mile away, but it feels like a large distance can be covered, and I'm still feeling the vibrations. I'm still feeling the sounds, and that's what brings me to share this with you today. I find it very important, and so I come back on here to hopefully just give you a little song. And yeah, I'd like to share 2 songs actually. So the other one, I mentioned in my first video that I lost my mom. I lost her in March, and I actually made this song like months before she had passed. It just like randomly came to me, and I feel like it's very important to share with others. I've wanted to, well, I have shared it with my family, and I want to share it with other people that have experienced loss, in hopes that it can really heal your heart and see the clarity in what loss really is. And of course, you know, I was just talking about mowing, and mowing is a form of loss. Mowing is a form of death. It's just constant death. And something I forgot to mention is gas. The gas, you know, if it's not an electric mower, all of that gas. And learning about what gas actually is, the oil that was trapped way deep down in the earth that for thousands, millions of years, I don't know, those were the fossils of the living beings. It's like the liquid essence of the living beings that used to be on the planet. And now we see we've taken so much of it, so much drilling and drilling, and we just push it everywhere. And that's the cause of our climate change. And so it's a heavy thing, and it's very heavy when someone's mowing, because I feel like I can't breathe, even when they're like, especially if the wind is blowing my way. Sometimes I'm gifted with the fact that the wind is blowing the other direction, but it's being pushed, and all of the wildlife is breathing in that gas, and it's so bad for our lungs. Not only our lungs, so it's a very personal journey, it's also the lungs of the entire earth, because there is no separation. So I just hope that we start to find better methods of connecting to our earth, loving and honoring Mother Nature, and not constantly wanting to make everything die and be barren. That's just not the way. It's just not the way. So there has to be solutions. I know before people would sometimes just use hand tools to clear area that needs paths. But this concept of a lawn is very, very new. This is like not something that like our ancestors were doing like way back. Like it's an image thing. It's a thing that was taught to us, a program that we need to unwind, and we need to find solutions because of the noise pollution, the gas pollution, etc. Okay, so I'm going to move into my next thing, which is a song for people experiencing loss of a loved one. That could be an animal, a person, anything. It could be a plant. So here we go. Because the spirit lives on, we're never really gone, and our heart stays in song. We're never really gone, because the spirit lives on and 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 on. Because the spirit lives on, we're never really gone, and our heart stays in song. We're never really gone, because the spirit lives on and 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 on. Because the spirit lives on, we're never So, thank you so much for listening. I hope these messages are received well. I hope that you see that if you are dealing with any type of loss in your life, that it is totally illusionary. It is, like, it's Maya. It's not real. Like, we are so much more than this body, than this mind. Like, we are a soul. And that soul just keeps transforming. With every death, it just keeps transforming. Whether that's rebirth into this earth or rebirth into something else, a higher different frequency dimension, whatever it is, it continues. Life never really ends. So that's just something I hope that you can feel. I hope you can feel the presence of the being that you lost, nurturing you, loving you, guiding you, because they're not gone. They're really not gone. They're just transformed into a new thing. And they're with you, inside of you, especially family. Um, even not family, because we are really just all one. Like, we really are just sisters and brothers and lovers of all each other, like, and one thing, and I am you and you are me. Like, this is the illusion of this game we're playing, but it's very real for us, and grief is a really real thing, and crying and feeling all of those emotions are so important, and being with people that understand loss, and just doing whatever you need, honoring and nourishing yourself in the way that you need during your loss is very, very important, to not lose yourself, and to just remember that, yes, it's a very real thing. We need to feel that loss, but we also need to celebrate their life and keep remembering them as their highest divine light, because that's what they've really transformed into. So we just keep journeying together, Who knows how many times we've mourned the death of the same loved one, because we just keep meeting each other. And we are each other. It's like we keep mourning our own deaths. It's kind of silly if you think about it, but it's a very real thing. And mourning is very needed. But so is the celebration. So is the honorment of that nothing is lost, but everything is valued. Always. Because each life matters so much and has such a big impact, and has come here to do wondrous things. That's what we're here to do. We're here to experience this life, this density, this matter in a different form, because when we're in our souls, we're not dense. We're like just so different than this density. So that's the contrast, that's the yin and the yang, and that's the blessing. The fact that every day you wake up in the same body. That's a blessing, because if we were in our soul's form, it's not like that. We don't get that consistency. And so, yes, we have the contrast of pain, struggle, and things like that, but that is the thing that we take on to experience this other form of bliss and consistency, so that we can really evolve, so that we can really actually learn something and not be in a constant state of newness. But a constant state of newness is what we come from. And so just understanding that, I think, is so important for people in grief, and just to know for your own death, like, that it's not really a real thing. So enjoy this body, this mind, honor it, and cherish every single body and mind that you see in this realm, because it's so temporary, and yet it's so physically grounding and just incredible. I mean, the magnitude of the incredibility of it is just amazing. So I hope these little songs that I've shared give you some love, and I hope you're having a beautiful day. And I had no idea I was going to do a video number 2 on day 2, but here I am. I'm just feeling so free and so wanting to share and be of service to people at this time where we're at in the planet. So blessings to you. Namaste. I honor you. I love you. I know that through every struggle, we are in this together, all of us, and we are ascending to a more higher bliss and more knowledgeable consciousness so that we can really live this experience with goodness and not such heavy poisons and noise. And yes, we must move from this yang and into the yin and honor the divine feminine, since that has been stolen from so many of us. So blessings to you, blessings to your life, and we'll talk soon.